Hey guys, Benny Adams here with Hollywood Junkie, and we're talking all about The Bachelorette episode 3. So much drama. I loved it. Let's just get right into it. So the first date was a crossover with the Top Gun Maverick, where the guys had to go in this G4 simulator and pretty much tell Michelle how they felt about her. And so the two people who stood out the most were Will and Peter. So what happened was Peter, he spoke Italian to Michelle while in the simulator, and then Will apparently, according to Peter, said the same exact thing to Michelle, but this time in Spanish. So to make matters worse, Will won the prize. He won this awesome bomber jacket, and they got to ride in this vintage car from the movie, which was really cool. Peter was not happy, obviously, because Peter felt that Will copied him. And we're just going to go a little bit further into the episode where Peter and Will get into some beef. And pretty much Peter confronts Will about it. And this is what really blew my mind. So I guess Will left, and he left his bomber jacket. Peter got the bomber jacket and pretty much threw it in the pool. My opinion, that was a low blow. Like, obviously, yeah, you're gonna have drama, you're gonna get in arguments, but that was his personal belonging, and you pretty much just ruined it. And I don't know, I felt like that was a huge slap in the face. I want to know, what did you guys think about that? And so then when Will finds out, I was actually surprised at Will's reaction, but I understood his reaction after he explained, why he was so upset. He worked for that jacket. He worked hard, and that just goes with everyday life. If someone messes with your personal belongings that you've worked so hard for, you're going to be upset. So I completely understood how Will felt. I thought Peter was completely on the wrong, but what do you guys think? Do you think it was fair game since this is a competition show, or do you think he went too far? Moving on to the one-on-one date with Rodney. I really liked this date. Rodney's super cool. They did this whole blindfold challenge, and I really like how they just bonded with each other. We really got to see more of Rodney, which I really, really liked. I thought that was really cool. And so I'm rooting for the guy. I hope he gets to move on further. I hope we get to see more of him. So we go on to the second group date where the guys have to recite a poem. And all the guys I thought did really good. I know I couldn't do that, but we got to talk about Jamie. So he said he forgot his book, and he recites this story completely off topic, did not follow the assignment whatsoever. All the guys were like, what in the world is this guy talking about? Obviously, he didn't win, and Brandon got the rose. And this is what confused me. Obviously, Jamie was not happy. But then he went to one of the producers, and he started saying all this crazy stuff like, how am I competing with these guys? I'm so far beyond these guys, and it seems like Michelle's on spring break. And I'm just like, what is this guy doing? And it was just so confusing to me, because in the last episode, it seemed like Jamie was going to be looked at as the hero with his story, but he just keeps on digging himself deeper and deeper into a grave. And I don't know if that was his intention. I don't know if he wants viewers to see him as a villain. But after I saw that, I was like, okay, I don't really look at this guy as how I was looking at him in episode 2. But I want to know, what did you guys think? Did that weird you out? Because it weirded me out like no other. So now we got to talk about the cocktail party. And this is where things get really juicy. The guys are talking about the whole rumor that was started by Jamie. But at this point, they have no idea that Jamie started it. So finally, and I knew this was going to happen, I said this was going to happen last week, that one of the guys was going to approach Michelle and talk about it. Michelle was going to say who said it. And so it was Rick, which I really like Rick, by the way. Rick is super, super cool. So he went to Michelle, and he pretty much told her that none of the guys were questioning her integrity or loyalty to them or the show. And so she's confused. She says it was Jamie who said that. So now obviously Rick is going to go back and tell the other guys. The guys confront Jamie, and it was just, it was so weird how Jamie was explaining the situation. At first, he was saying that, you know, he did say that, but he doesn't know the guys who were involved. And it was just really confusing. But then what confused me the most was he was saying something about, like, you know, we have to leave it up to the viewers. We have to leave it up to the audience. And then the guys were like, what are you talking about? We're talking about right now. We're not talking about the viewers. We're not talking about the audience. And I was the same way. And so now I really started thinking, like, is Jamie here for the wrong reasons? You know, because it seems like he's trying to paint himself as the villain in order to get more screen time. I don't know. What did you guys think about that? I thought that was really weird. But obviously, we knew Michelle was going to confront Jamie, and she did. The excuse that Jamie had was really, really weird. But also, I want to talk about a very funny part. It's when Michelle was talking to Jamie, and we get Nate's side eye. And it was, I don't know, I thought that was hilarious because Nate was like one of the main people saying, like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, you're not making any sense whatsoever. So after Jamie is giving all of his excuses to Michelle, Michelle ultimately decides that Jamie needs to leave, which I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit surprised because every show needs a villain, I think. So I was surprised that she didn't keep him on. But at the same time, I understood why she had to. But, and the thing that made it more awkward were the stairs. We have to talk about the stairs. They had to go up the stairs past all the men to exit. And so I'm just thinking, like, how awkward is that, you know? So I feel like, I don't, and let me know what you guys think. Do you think the stairs have like a life of its own? I feel like the stairs are like, it's the show's own character. I don't know. I have no idea. But let's get to the rose ceremony. One person that I was surprised that did not make it, I was actually very, very surprised that he didn't make it, was Peter. And when it was down between Will and Peter, I was like, why is it down between them? You know, they have a really good storyline going. It looks like Peter is going to be the villain of this season, but now Peter is gone. And so we really don't have that, that guy that stirs things up, or unless we're going to get a new guy that's going to do that. So that was very, very, very interesting. And I was very surprised by that. But do you agree with Michelle's decision on the guys who left and the guys who stayed? And so just in case you guys forgot, let's go over the guys who already had roses and then the guys who got roses and who are all moving on to the next episode. So for the men who got roses, they were Brandon, Rodney, and Martin. And then the guys who got roses, the lucky guys who are returning also, Joe, Rick, Leroy, Nate, Casey, Chris G, Chris S, Clayton, Olu, Romeo, and Will. Real quick, next week, it looks like Michelle is getting closer to Nate, Martin, and Rick. And obviously, because it wouldn't be The Bachelorette without any drama, it looks like Chris S throws the men under the bus, and Nate is seen in a heated confrontation with Chris. So it looks like there's still going to be enough drama, even with the two guys who caused the most drama, with them being gone. So we'll have to see. But let me know, what did you guys think of this episode? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Benny Adams, Hollywood Junket, and I'll see you guys later.